weeks into it, they thought they misdiagnosed me. They found out that I didn't even have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing that was.
Did you sue him?
Huh?
Did you sue him?
Nah, you know what's crazy? People ask me that, but I guess when they told me that, I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you was
I
just
don't want to talk to you
leave.
guys no more. I don't want to see this place no more. I just want to leave because I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and they originally thought I had spinal meningitis. So to check for that, they do spinal taps. When they do a spinal tap, they pull fluid out of your brain and you have no equilibrium. So you have to literally lay on your back for like a week. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, flat on my back, and I was in the Queens hospital, and there was no cable. So I literally was just like watching infomercials. So I was like, man, get me out of here. So when I found that out, you know, I was blessed. I left, got out of there. Rest is history. But then I ended up coming back to New York, ended up getting sponsored by Averex and stuff like that. But the other thing that sent me home was I ended up getting get to work in a studio in New Jersey called Sugarhill Studios. And I was in the room that I was in was actually like Puffy's room. And I didn't know. I was just in there making beats, me and my man Chris. So we ended up making beats, and we discovered like, oh, this is Puffy's crew. Like he's working on these 2 girl groups. So that was going well.
Back with Danny Kane?
No, this is way before that. This is like, you can look them up too. It's a group called Anthem and a group called Lyric. I think Anthem is the one, they had a song with Loon.
Okay.
And I was around them at that time when that video came out. If you look at the date, when they shot the video, we was gonna go to the video, that particular video shoot, but me and my dude didn't have no clothes, and that's when everybody was wearing like 4X tees. And I was like, dawg, we look retarded. Like, I'm not going to wear that. You know what I'm saying? So no. So we stayed in the studio. But I come home one day, I turn on the news, and it's MTV, and I see Kurt Loder, and I see the MTV logo spinning, and all of a sudden it pops up a picture of this building, and it's on fire. And I'm like, damn, that Range Rover, there's a Range Rover in that video that looks real similar to the one that's at the studio. And then I see at the bottom, it says Sugarhill, legendary Sugarhill Studio, burns down to the ground.
Damn.
And I was there just like 2 days ago. You feel me? So it was like, after that, I was like, well, there's no reason for me to go back. You know what I mean? So that's why I ended up staying back down. But then again, I said, fast forward to that, I ended up going back, got a sponsorship with Averex to another group of guys I was working with. But that whole thing fell apart, and I ended up coming back here and moving to Louisville.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Now, like I said, I've been following you on social media, so I've been seeing a lot of the events that you had your hand in. Let's talk about Meeting of the Minds. So what is it, and how did that start?
So the Meeting of the Minds was just like, it was more of a private thing, right? It wasn't like some public event that I was trying to do. It was just, I just felt the time was right to, you know, I already have kind of a crew that I work with when it comes to working with artists and help building them up and getting content and stuff like that. And just working with the label that I was working with over at Cinematic, and just seeing kind of the inner works of how they do things. I kind of wanted to just, you know, I'm one that learns. Like, I've always been a learner. So if I see something or you teach me something, I'm gonna incorporate it just by default. Like, I never just, can't teach me something, then I just never utilize it, right? So for me, I just wanted to kind of build more of a more stronger, organized team. And I wanted to invite a few more people to be part of that process. And because there's a handful of artists that I'm working with. And so I wanted to meet with some more creatives that are very professional, very well put together, have reputations, you know, and bring them to the round table and say, look, we could be doing stuff individually, but I think it'd be more powerful if we start doing stuff together as a crew, you know what I'm saying? And get behind a couple select artists and provide them with resources that they normally wouldn't have, you know? And so that's what that was all about. So even like this platform that you have would be something I would love to, like, for when I'm working with an artist, this is great media content for them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a must that they gotta come get an interview with you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we take it and box it up as content and let them utilize it as well as yourself. So it's things like that. But that was the meeting of the minds, just more professionals sitting at the table together and getting on the same picture and getting behind the right artist, not just anybody, getting behind the right talent and growing them and building them in a professional way.
Okay. Now, the one that you just had, was that the first one, or have you had?
No, that was the first one. It was probably like the first, I don't want to say the only one, but it really was just to meet a handful of people in the city and from here or whatever to be part of this movement. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I'll probably have like another one and try to invite some more people, because I am trying to build this ecosystem to where we don't have to, feel like we got to always go out of town to get certain things. We could do that here.
That's funny you say ecosystem. I've been real big on that the past couple of years, trying to tell a lot of people that we all kind of need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the DJs need the artists need the DJs,
right.
The content creators need the artists need the content creators, the producers. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody kind of needs each other. So it's okay to link with somebody. Not saying you got to link with another artist or link with another producer, but it's okay if you're a producer to link with a DJ. It's okay if you're a DJ to link with somebody who's a content creator and vice versa.
I used to kind of like bicker and complain about certain things, but I kind of don't do that no more. If I see something, if something's not right to me, I just change it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Struggle's a sign for change. So, but one thing that kind of led up to even all this, maybe a precursor to it, is the fact that I remember like me and Ness, one of my best friends, Ness, who's a producer for he's Bryson Till's producer, produced for Dre, Cardi B's Grammy Award winning, and he lives out in Bowling Green. But when me and him was coming up, I ain't gonna say when we was coming up, when he was coming up, I was like the big brother to him. And I remember I had friends who were party promoters or DJs, and let's just say, hypothetically say like, all right, one of the party promoters I know is the ones who booked Beyonce to be here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I used to get a little frustrated because I'm like, bro, like, the level of talent that I might bring or that Ness might bring to the table on a production thing. And the fact that you got to end with these people that you're booking, how hard is it to just say, Woo, give me some of your music and let me pass it on. And if I do land something for you, let me get a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? So we can all eat. Now, I'm not saying that people have to do that, but it's kind of like, why wouldn't you do that? Because I would do that because I see the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And it just got to the point where I was like, okay, well, I got to start building these bridges myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Since y'all, nothing against nobody, but it's like, if y'all are not going to do it, let me make myself so valuable to where I'm either in on it, to where I'm controlling part of that and I can just walk in the door when I want to, or I'm so valuable to the point where you're going to absolutely want to include me. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of is like a precursor to all of this. Okay.
Now, I seen that you have an event. Is it a showcase on the 27th?
Yeah, on Producer Corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that exactly?
So Producer Corner is a little bit different. It's just me coming up in the city. I always knew everybody. I was like one of the one guys that people would come to for many different things. I was what did somebody call me one time? Somebody called me the Diddy or whatever. I said no. But I kind of got it though. It was like I knew everybody. Yeah. I was like the one dude who knew everybody, but I've always been like that. Even coming up where I'm from, Radcliffe, I was the one kid who was cool with everybody who wasn't cool with each other. I was like the one who could be like, man, y'all chill out, man. Like, why y'all beefing with each other? Stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They'd be like, well, for Woo, we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the music. When it came, when I was in the music business here, people would come to me, whether it's for, yo, where should I go to get my music mixed? All right, well, bam, you go holler at Slick. Well, who should I get to do my graphics? Holler at my man Leon, or holler at Taj, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or holler at Michelle. Or, shit. Like what kind of mic should I get? And if I didn't know, I call up my boy who knows, call up Coach, what kind of mic should they get for it? I give them. So I was always a source of information for people. What I started noticing is that I know everybody, but everybody didn't know each other. And it was like, damn, well, why does everybody keep coming to me? You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna throw an event where I would just invite all of y'all. So the people that I know that do stuff and the people that want to know people who do stuff, and y'all can just mingle. And on top of it, we'll just listen to each other. We'll listen to a small group of people's music, just to pass the time, really. You know what I'm saying? And it turned into this thing where my first event had like maybe 10 people. The second one maybe had like 15. The third one I brought next day, I had like 30. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I couldn't hold it in a small space anymore. And I ended up partnering with La La Land, which has got a huge area. And the last one I think did like 120 people or something like that. So, but that's what it is, man. It's just a big networking event. I feel like it's the one time a month where all the music professionals come out and mingle and get to know one another. You know what I'm saying? So if you and you know, if you want to know certain people who do what, I'm there, they're there. It's easy. You know what I'm saying?